Tobble Swap is a frenetic top-down dungeon crawler with chaotic arena brawling action. On Tobble Swap, I designed, tuned, and balanced all 12 of the playable equipment pieces in the game. I started with the standard set, which was the benchmark for the rest of the parts that would be designed later. The movement on the basic legs, the damage and speed of the basic body's attack, and the basic head's heal pad ability were all designed to allow players to acclimatize to the speed and chaos of combat, while still being decent options for veteran players. I designed 3 more bodies, each fulfilling different combat playstyles. One of those bodies was the Spiral Drill. This piece was designed to live in the chaos of battle with an attack that launches players forward, taking down anything in their path until they hit a wall. The drill was designed as a high-risk, high-reward piece that allows players to instantly kill most enemies. However, players have to actually aim their attack well to hit an enemy, while making sure not to launch themselves off of a cliff. With the bodies being the main source of action, the heads needed abilities that would be able to coordinate with each of the bodies while still being distinct and recognizable. A good example is the Phillips head, made to ramp up the chaos of battle even further. This head removes cooldowns on all attacks, letting players rampage about through an arena, allowing them to be the sole source of chaos, if only for a moment. Lastly, I brainstormed ways to make different movement feel fluid yet noticeably diverse. The different legs needed something that could separate them, other than their speed and friction, so I decided to add passive effects on the other legs. Of all the legs, the creepy crawlers went through the highest amount of iteration. At first, they were just a pair of legs with low mobility and high knockback resistance, but I found playtesters cared a lot more about speed than not getting knocked around. So then I added a passive ability, Web Shot, which slows any enemy not wearing the creepy crawlers in a wide area whenever the player is hit. However, this still wasn't enough to get playtesters to want to use the slower legs, so I decided to buff them again, and made it so that not only are enemies slowed on webs, but any player wearing the creeper crawlers would also get a good speed boost. With the interchangeability in mind, I worked extensively to find out which parts complemented each other well and which ones did not, and looked for ways to balance things so that players could strategize and have fun with any combination of parts. This brought to light some new dynamics players could use with these combinations and showed how intricate player specialization could really be. I also helmed the quality assurance process and worked closely with playtesters and programmers to keep the quality of Tobble Swap as high as possible upon release. Shift is a monochromatic action-packed endless runner with a tight yet extremely simplistic control scheme. I designed the core mechanics to be easily scalable so that any additional features I added later would accentuate them. I designed several power-ups, each of which augments a core mechanic in the game, whether it be the speed, the score, or just allowing you to breathe for a couple seconds. I tuned and balanced the core experience based off frequent player feedback while still keeping the base idea intact. The goal was to create a solid, addictive experience while showcasing my ability to create simple, interesting mechanics, tune and balance all of the systems connected to each other, and polish them so that even after 10 or more hours of testing, I still had fun playing it. I'm Ryan Zimmerman, and thank you for watching my demo reel.